I'm wondering, like, if you're going to fight him, where would you fight him at, number one? And number two, are you saying that from 140 to 147, you're willing to fluctuate and move back and forth as opposed to just moving up and weight or whatever? What's your intent?
Well, my intent, look at my strength and conditioning coach, he said that he believes that I can make 140 comfortably. You know, I trust, the people, my team around me. If their opportunity presents itself, I would love to fight Shakur Stevenson.
Ryan Garcia detonated controversy on Stephen A. Smith's live show, boldly declaring he would dominate Shakur Stevenson at 100.
Let's go. I want that. Right. If the opportunity presents itself, I just want boxing to be at the top. I want to make these fights happen, and I know I could beat these guys.
Garcia framed the call out as proof that he now controls the division, insisting his star power gives him the leverage to force the biggest fights and cement himself.
And, I've always had the following. I've always had, all the opportunities you can have as a superstar. Now that I have this piece that I kind of was missing, of course, I would love to keep fighting and kind of carry boxing. I actually lead this generation of young fighters of popularity and now of being a world champion. So I have all the opportunities to become the face of boxing, but now I just have to prove it with my dedication and all my fights that are going to be lined up. I have to do it now. I would love to defend my title, and if that happens, let's do that too.
Stevenson fired back immediately with a cold, calculated response, transforming the verbal exchange into a grim forecast that suggested this rivalry could...
He's going to get murdered. He's going to get beat up. So since y'all felt that way, then let's make the fight happen. Let me show y'all why.
That wasn't even the first explosion. Earlier, the rivals went completely unhinged during a face-to-face encounter, unloading savage insults and trading threats that revealed genuine hostility.
I do have Shakur beating him, though.
Yo,
I do have you beating him.
I will whoop your ass.
I'll pop that. Yeah, right back in that mouth. I'll have you looking like a saber-gap-toothed tiger. I'll do you dirty, bro. No lie, bro.
You suck.
Hey, if I have though, you though. Oh my, here we go.
I
Hey,
don't care.
not the same
You
fighter.
lost to Rolly.
Hey, not the same fighter. Not the same. Hey, when I put a beat on you,
You
what are you gonna
lost
say?
to Rolly.
When I put a beat on you, what are you gonna say?
I watched. I was
Hey,
there.
no, when I put a beat on you. I'm talking about you. You got no power. You got no power.
And you lost. And you still scared him to this day.
No. You, bro, I'm gonna knock that gap right back in your mouth. I'm gonna knock that gap into your mouth again. Hey, you fixed the teeth. You fixed the teeth, but I'm gonna knock that right back in. I'm gonna put it, bam.
Unshaken by the tension, Garcia leaned into his reputation, warning that his ruthless mentality has resurfaced and that he's prepared to inflict real damage.
Honestly, for me personally, I feel like I'm like the best fighter in boxing. And I don't like mean this in no disrespectful way, because I got a lot of fighters in boxing that I still watch to this day that I like. And I'm like, okay, I'm still this. So Usyk, I love Usyk. I love Bivol. I love them Eastern European styles. But for me, like, I just feel like I'm a fighter that could do it all. Like, I can do it all. Like, whatever needs to be done to get the job done, I can do that. So some nights you might see I might outbox people. Then some nights I might stand there and beat a guy up and beat them at their own game. So I think for me, I'm the most complete fighter.
Turning the pressure back around, Stevenson welcomed the challenge and dared Garcia to follow through, reminding him that the weight class was his idea and demanding he sign the contract.
He make 40 again?
He said he could. He the one who came out and said, like, let's fight at 140. He said that. So if he said that, it's like, okay, you can make the weight, then let's do it.
The rivalry captivated even the sport's biggest voices. Joe Rogan admitted he's fascinated by the clash of styles, but cautioned that Garcia would be facing an entirely different kind of monster.
That was art. That's boxing at the highest level. And I'm fascinated because now they're talking about him and Ryan Garcia. I am fascinated to watch that fight because Shakur's a different animal. Ryan looked amazing in that fight. I mean, he looked amazing. I mean, he looked so fast, and it was a beautiful fight to watch. But that's an interesting fight. I like that fight. Shakur and him, I like that fight a lot. Because Shakur's just a different animal. You're dealing with a whole different kind of skill set.
Adding fuel to the debate, pound-for-pound King Terrence, Crawford dissected the matchup and predicted a lopsided outcome, warning Garcia's reckless habits could lead to...
Yeah, Shakur, listen, I went down to camp before he fought Teofimo, and I seen his focus and the level of, intense training he was doing. And I said, I don't know it all, but I know Shakur gonna whoop Teofimo's ass. I tweeted that way before the fight, and he went out there and did it.
Right.
Shakur got a jab. Shakur got head movement. Shakur got defense. Shakur knows range. Shakur have good legs. So I look at that fight like it's not gonna be as a competitive fight like everybody think, because if Ryan get careless, he's going to get countered all day.
The discussion took a darker turn as analysts weighed Garcia's explosive physical gifts against his controversial past, acknowledging his speed as fight-changing while questioning the legitimacy.
Ryan's speed is extraordinary. He relies on it a lot, but I mean, that's not a knock. That's just like, if you had it, everybody should rely on that. Man, that
Shakur's
speed
not
is
slow.
Nuts. Shakur's a different animal.
That's what I'm saying.
Different. Well, a lot of people thought Devin Haney was different, though, right? A lot of people thought Devin Haney was going to give him real problems. When he dropped Devin early with a left hook, everybody was like, oh, this is different. I wish he didn't have a positive drug test in that fight, because that fucking tainted everything.
Yeah. They know each other far too well. I think him and Devin fought each other the most out of all of them. Shakur and Ryan fought as well, which Shakur won all the times that they fought. But I just think, him and Devin, the history of it, Devin came in there overconfident. Ryan, been juiced up, added a little whatever it did. But you can't take away from him landing the punches that he was landing. You can't take away from the performance that, he was doing. But when you on steroids, that add to,
It definitely
Ryan's father, Henry Garcia, confidently laid out a blueprint for destroying the undefeated star, claiming a hidden amateur history proves Stevenson was never able to even touch his son.
Poor fight. How does it end in your opinion? Decision, knockout?
We'll hit him with a body shot, he's done.
Why the body shot?
He can't take his body shot. We already know.
Really?
Yeah, and he doesn't have a better jab than my son. My son has an awesome jab. We beat him in the amateurs, okay, with the jabs. When Ryan was young, Ryan was only 16 years old. But he qualified 17, 18 with Shakur. Shakur was on that level. So if you're within 2 years, they're going to put you in that category. Okay, and I said, Ryan, we didn't know Shakur. They didn't know us. But I said, Ryan, let's work on that jab. Ryan was throwing that beautiful jab, pop, pop, pop. I said, okay, that's what we're going to work on. Let's start off there. My God, wait, let me finish. That jab was awesome. Shakur never hit Ryan.
Tensions peaked as Garcia's father fiercely defended the family legacy, blasting critics and reminding everyone of the brutal journey that forged their reputation from childhood.
We've been doing this shit since 7 years old. We've been kicking. We've been winning a lot of nationals. Train a guy and try to win one national and see what happens. Try. We won 15. Wow. And my other son won 7, Shakur Garcia. It's hard. You gotta go through the district, you gotta go through the state, you gotta go through the regional, the state, the regional, and then you gotta go through a national. You gotta go through 4 steps. And you're fighting the best of the best. So don't tell me that you know my son and that he's not a good boxer. Oh, pisses me off.
I feel like, man, with this, man, fight at the weight you're comfortable at. You know what I'm saying? Like, that weight shit is real. You could be in there and you don't know until you in there. Like that you was drained or whatever. You find out then. If you ain't never experienced it, you'll find out. You know what I'm saying? When you in there, your legs might be tired or whatever. You find out quick. But you gotta, fight at the weight he's comfortable at. That's what I said.
No, but Shakur is an incredible boxer. Mm-hmm. But you're an incredible boxer. You're not a puncher, but you're still an incredible boxer. So not everyone gets to punch hard. Not everyone gets this. Not everyone gets superhuman reflexes. Not everyone's super agile. Not everyone gets like a granite chin. Not you know, you got to do with what you got.
Ryan has the ability to hurt him. I believe, just like with you mentioned with Shakur, Ryan won't respect Shakur's power. And he does have the ability to hurt Shakur. The difference is, I think Shakur...
Can he hit him?
That's going to be the issue. How you attack and when you attack.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be the issue.
Mm-hmm.
Just like with Andy Hiroka, the same way with my younger brother competing against Andy Hiroka.
Mm-hmm.
It had to be a strategy, just like Teofimo Lopez.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't know how to properly close the distance.
Yeah.
And when he did close the distance, he didn't know what to do once he did close the distance.
I'm here.
You feel me? So that's really the